Shoot it! I have given warnings about chemical munitions. Munitions! Keep on the floor!
Chucking grenades at us.
If they'd never thrown the concussion grenades, if they'd never used the pepper spray, this wouldn't have happened. It was a peaceful protest.
So the footage is out. Folks, this is The Brink. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you like me and you like what we do here. And if you love it, you can also become a Daily Caller Patriot. There is a link down in that description below. But if you really, really love it, you'll just make sure you become a subscriber here. All right, folks, so taking a moment here to thank Congressman Matt Gaetz, because let's be serious. Without him starting the push to oust McCarthy, I don't believe that the American public would have been able to see this footage.
Yep, they're deploying flashbangs on us.
Now, onto the footage itself. There's so much to unpack here, and I'll be honest, I have not seen the majority of myself simply because there is literally so much. Okay, maybe we should all like divide and conquer. I don't know. But I did see this one clip, and I had to show you guys.
Start deploying! Launch! Launch!
You're on the wrong side of history! Hey, walk up to the front of the line. Come here. Show these cops what they just did.
So what you're seeing there is a Capitol Police officer fire into, at least at this moment, a peaceful crowd. You had an officer strike Joshua Brown in the cheek with a crowd control munition. I mean, you could see a part of it right there at the end. He's bleeding. He's clearly injured. And then there's this video. So you'll see protesters. They are standing around. They appear to be peaceful, according to this video. And suddenly... a flashbang goes off. What was the purpose of that? They looked like a pretty peaceful crowd. What was going on there? You know what's interesting is that the incident with Mr. Brown, it appears to have happened before the crowd went into the Capitol, right around 1:07, even though the Capitol wasn't breached until approximately 2 p.m. So why were officers firing into the crowd of protesters? If they weren't doing anything wrong, but you're firing into them, what do you think that's going to do? Provoke them? I mean, clearly some of the Capitol Police officers knew that this could be a reality, because here's what some of them had to say.
You get hit with a lot of pain compliance when you're hitting innocent people.
And not only that, we're taking out one and 10 of them are getting angrier. We're multiplying them by hitting them.
Interesting. But back to Mr. Brown. So in 2010, there was this case, Fogarty versus Gallegos, and it was ruled that the excessive use of force was a violation of the Fourth Amendment. Now, look, I am not saying that maybe there isn't more to this story, okay? I don't really trust anything that they've told us, but looking at the footage itself, this seems excessive at face value. The government fired into a crowd of peaceful protesters exercising their First Amendment right, at least according to this video. And I'm not condoning any of the violence. Let's be clear about that, okay? There is no excuse for violence on any side for any reason. But the footage that I'm referring to appears to show peaceful protesters. The best place to peacefully petition your government is where your government works. Questioning your government is the most American thing you can do, especially when they're so dishonest and corrupt, right? So dishonest and corrupt that they didn't even want to release this footage to you. I mean, you had a former FBI Assistant Director, Stephen D'Antuono, tell Congress that the FBI had so many paid informants at January 6th that they've actually lost count of how many in total were there. Okay, that's according to the New York Post. This was a congressional hearing behind closed doors. And yet, despite a mountain of evidence now given to us of absolutely questionable actions by authorities, you have Democrats and a few rhinos who still want you to believe that this was the worst assault on our democracy. You know what seems like the worst assault on our democracy? When the government starts shooting at innocent peaceful protesters because they don't trust their own government handling elections. Interesting. And speaking of elections, here is a country that definitely gets the importance of them. So Argentina just voted in Javier Milei as their new president. And this clip is just too good not to share because he is so damn based. This is like the Argentinian version of Donald Trump.
Ese es el punto. Es decir, vos al zurdo no le podés dar un milímetro, porque le das un milímetro y lo toma para destrozarte. Es decir, usa, digo, o sea, vos no podés negociar con el zurdo. No se negocia. No se negocia con esa mierda, no se negocia porque te van a llevar pues pasando de arriba, porque no solo le ganamos en lo productivo, somos superiores moralmente, somos superiores estéticamente, somos mejores en todo y les duele. Entonces, como no pueden pelear con las herramientas legítimas, se apalancan en el aparato represivo del Estado, poniendo torres de guita para hacernos mierda. Y aún así no pueden, tuvieron que bajar la nota. ¿Me entendés? Que están perdiendo. Están desesperados, están perdiendo la batalla cultural. Los zurdos de mierda por primera vez se ven acorralados. Los zurdos de...
So Milei has promised this like electroshock therapy for their economy because they are suffering from horrible inflation. We're talking like 150%, okay? And the economic issues are so bad that he has promised to slash spending, shut the central bank, ditch the peso. He also said he will not deal with communists like China and Brazil, but rather wants to have a stronger tie to the United States. And that could be huge. That could be huge for many reasons, but here's one big one. So President Joe Biden and Chinese dictator Xi Jinping said that they would work together on green energy, right? Wean the United States and China off fossil fuels. And the two struck this agreement that would essentially make the United States the largest green energy consumer for China, because China controls the green energy supply chain. They produce about 70% of all lithium-ion batteries, which are needed for electric vehicles. More than 50% of lithium, cobalt, and graphite processing and refining capacity is located in China. So of course China would want to strike this deal with the United States. We would be literally indebted to them forever. But you know who holds a large lithium supply? Argentina. Experts expect Argentina's lithium production to grow 5-fold in the next year, 10-fold by 2027. Reducing our reliance on our main geopolitical foe and then partnering with Milei would be a huge win for U.S. consumers, right? A huge win for Argentina's struggling economy and a huge FU to China. And I think I know just the man who could possibly strike one hell of a deal with Argentina should he get his chance. A businessman doing the job of running the United States as it is a business. Folks, we will have more for you tomorrow right here on The Brink. And remember to please like, comment, and subscribe. You guys mean the world to me, so I appreciate it. We'll see you right back here tomorrow.